Hi all, Steve here, back with another in our short series of videos looking at the interactive content or h5p activity in LearnNet. We're going to look at how to easily create an interactive video today. I'm going to create an activity using a YouTube video with a fill in the blanks quiz in the middle, which also records your score. So the interactive video module in h5p allows you to transform passive videos into a more engaging learning experience. So you can add questions, links and hotspots directly into the video, and your learners can then kind of actively participate and interact with the video rather than just watch it. Before you start using this activity, it's a good idea to have the YouTube video URL to hand, along with any questions, outside links or any activities you'd like the students to complete to know what they are. It's also important to know where the video should stop for the interactions. So let's walk through the steps to set up a fill in the blanks quiz in the middle of a video. In LearnNet, make sure that edit mode is on in your course, and then go to the section you want to add the activity. Here's last week's quick arithmetic quiz. So we're going to add another activity or resource. Choose interactive content. Now we're going to call this fill in the blanks video. Find the h5p content type interactive video and click on that. So you'll see the interface changes to suit the activity that you choose. So this is a fill in the blanks video. To add your video, click on the plus sign here. Now you want to paste in the URL for the video that you want to use. Now that we've pasted our link to YouTube, click insert. And then not much happens there. What we have to do is go to the add interactions tab, and you'll see that this is a Moodle Monday video about Turnitin. So I'm going to find an appropriate point in the video to ask a question. Okay, I've chosen this point in the video. Now I'm going to add an interaction based on the part of the video that's just passed. So what I want to do is I want a fill in the blanks activity. Choose fill in the blanks from the activity types along the top, and then the display time for the quiz will be shown. You can pause the video. Now I want to display this as a poster, so it takes up more of the screen. The task description will be fill in the missing words. And this is the point where when you create your missing words activity, you put in all of the words in here, but put a star around the ones that you want the student to identify. So in this case, I've got the start date is the date when the assignment becomes available for submissions. The due date is the date students are expected to submit by. The post date is the date at which the student receives their feedback and grades. So start, due and post have stars on either side of them, and that means those are the words that you need to identify. You can define custom feedback ranges, but we're not going to do that today, just for the speed. In grade, we can say the grade to pass is 3 because we want all answers to be correct, and the maximum grade you can get is 3 because there's 3 missing words. And then in activity completion, like last time, we can mark as complete when the students received a grade, received a passing grade, and require passing grade. If you want to alter the layout of your pop-up questions, you can go back into the activity, into settings, and then go into the add interactions step again. And here you can click on the dot next to the interaction you want to change. If you want to change the layout, you just click on the question and drag it around until you're happy with it. If you want to change the settings for the question, you can go into this edit mode make any changes you want to do here, and remember to click this done button. Now let's save and go and look at this as a student. Here we are in the student view of the course. Go into the h5p section, we find the fill in the blanks video. Now that the video's playing, you can see in the timeline that there's a dot about halfway through here, and that's where the interactive activity is. So I'm going to spin forward a little and then wait for the video to catch up with the question. The start date is the date when the assignment becomes available. The due date is the date students are expected to submit, and the post date is the date at which the student receives their feedback and grades. I'm going to check my answers. Got 3 out of 3, and then I can continue. So the video continues, and then we'll just move along to the very end here, and you can see that the video is asking us to submit our answers. We've scored 3 out of 3. Submit, so now my questions have been submitted. Now if we go back to the course outline, we should see that the activity's been completed. As you can see there, done, complete the activity. And again, for the lecturer's point of view, in the activity report, this student will now have completed both of these h5p activities. We'll just have a quick look at that. Now back in the lecturer's view, if you go to reports, activity completion, you can now see that this student has completed both of these h5p activities. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, as ever, just get in touch with the Learn and Teaching team, and we'll see you in the next video.